Hello everyone! Hi! Is my mic working today? Can you hear me? I did my previous checks, but now I'm startled. No, you can't hear me? Oh no. Hello. Hi. Hello everyone. Hi Cookies, Dominique, Retouch, Scout. How are you all doing in this fine Saturday? I hope you're doing well. It's the weekend after all. Welcome. Hi. If you were here last time we did this drawing, you may notice that I changed the arm. I know I did that off stream. I worked on a couple things off stream actually, because I was very bothered. I didn't bother with the shoes though. Who needs shoes? Not me. So we're gonna ignore them. It's fine. We all get the idea that they're sneakers, so we don't need to worry about it too much. Had a freak out in the morning when an ASMR artist wrote back to me that she wants to perform my script. Congratulations, Retouch, that sounds great. I'm not into ASMR, but if I was, knowing that an ASMR artist I like would want to perform what I wrote, kudos, my guy, dude, person, yeah. Hi Alex, yes, you make it. You made it. Anyways, hello. Today we are, dude, okay, noted. Today we are continuing with our character design that we did last time. Or, hear me out. We could just switch to another design. I know that sounds chaotic, but hear me out. I collected a bunch of rugs, right? I have all of these rugs as references for the colors. And this is sort of like what I thought it was gonna be. I chose some suddenly rugs. Yes, I prepared in advance so that it could be like, bam, here, rugs, stare at them. Stare at this, again, I think they're ugly doesn't mean that they have to be ugly for everyone, but yeah, stare at these ugly rugs. Hello, hi, Braithwaite, and hi, Raptoran. Hello, hi, nice to see you. I collected all these rugs, and you know, I kind of, before collecting all these rugs, I did the thumbnail. And I already knew this, the result was going to be something similar to this. All rugs, as far as my memory goes, right? All rugs have some sort of like blue color, some sort of like white or cream color. That sounds very bad, but how else are you gonna say it? It's not white, it's not yellow, it's like a cream. What's up, Alicia? Hello, Joshua. We are continuing with our rug assassin for now. I may go all chaotic and decide to show you another design. And they have some kind of red. I'm sorry for jumping up in between hellos and commentary, but all rugs, right? They tend to have some blue, some white or cream, and some red. And that's what I chose for the thumbnail. But that was like a random selection of reds and creams and whatever. With this design, if we want to properly work on it, we could color pick and do like actual palettes, right? And then you have your offs, your one-offs like oranges and yellows and greens. So that's what the idea would be. To try all these colors and try some palettes, particularly with the hair. I felt like it would be nice to play. But as I was gathering all of these references, oh, I should have done that in the wrong layer. Wait a second, that's easy to change. We're just gonna take it out of here, put it in there, and done. that's not gonna bother us anymore. So, as it happens with character design, if you've never character designed, this is probably what happens in every kind of creation and art. In writing, like we were talking about, you wrote a script. I'm sure you know this feeling because it happens when writing. You create your thing, whatever it is you're creating, and then you stop thinking about it, right? But your brain doesn't. Your brain keeps thinking about it on autopilot in the background. So you end up simmering some ideas. And while I was simmering some ideas for our guiltless rug, that was the original concept. I think at some point I lost it. Oh, there it is. Yeah. The original concept, the random words that we got was guiltless rug, right? And while we were creating the first character, I thought of guiltless as someone who is proud, right? And I thought of the dead body, and then I came up with assassin. But in chat, we also got, how about someone who is accused of a crime but is guiltless? They're innocent. They didn't make the crime. They didn't kill the person. They were just a bystander. And, you know, wrong place, wrong time. They got stuck with it. So that apparently simmered in my brain because as I was preparing some stuff, as I was fixing the arm and gathering my rugs, I realized I wanted to try something like this. Tell me what you think. I realized I was thinking of an innocent girl. Let me turn the symmetry on because that's faster. I was thinking of some innocent girl who gets stuck with a crime that she did not commit, and then the character design could have the rug incorporated in the outfit and the hair, right? So I did this little ponytails, low ponytails here that look like, and I keep insisting on the rug from Aladdin, and I know that absolutely none of my rug references have these things, but if I think rug, I think, oh wait, that was a carpet. Now that I think about it, Aladdin was specifically named a carpet. I never assumed there was a difference. In my opinion, carpets and rugs are the same thing. We're going to keep going with this. I don't care. If I'm wrong, I don't want to know about it. What's the difference between rug and carpet? In my opinion, none. So we're going to keep considering these little fluffy things that the Aladdin carpet had, and we're going to keep considering them a part of the rug, the anatomy of a rug. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. I'm not taking any feedback. So, corporate says they're the same thing. Exactly. They are the same thing. So I quickly sketched this out, and by quickly I mean I was running out of time to prepare the stream, and I think I did it in like 8 minutes. So that's why she's so incomplete. That's why she's completely naked and on. Oh wow, and she has very long legs. That wasn't intended. Wait, wait. We're gonna fix this real quick. We're gonna just move this up a bit. Oh, but then I lose. Wait, we're gonna have to cancel that. If I move them like that, I'm going to lose the symmetry. So instead, we just move it like this. There we go. Give her clown shoes. Well, yeah, I was thinking. I mean, the idea for the design, right, comes from these little floopy floops. These things right here. And if I wanted to match the structure of a rug, which has them in the 4 corners, right? That means if she has them here, she should also have them here. So the only reasonable way to do that is you can't have them on your socks or anything. So she might end up having them in the shoes. which would be very weird shoes. I've never seen shoes like that, but we're gonna have to create something unique, never done before, and kind of ugly. This this one wasn't going to be ugly, but well, it happened. Anyways, that's just to show you though, because the idea was to continue with the design that we already had. So I'll leave it up to you. If you want to, we can go back to our kick-ass assassin lady and give her some color and play around with colors and figure out what's the palette that we want for her. But if not, we can do our innocent, wrong place, wrong time, little girly with tears in her eyes. She must be strong and rugged. Are you talking about muscles? I don't know how to draw muscles. That's the one waifu I still have to learn how to draw. The muscle waifu. It is a disservice to the world to not be able to draw every kind of waifu. So I will learn. I will eventually learn and do a muscle waifu worthy of simping for. So yeah, those are our options for the day. We can play with the colors of our assassin, or we can develop this girly a little bit. Right now, I just wanted to finish the basic idea, because I wanted to show you specifically. I think it was either Reset or Raptoran who proposed the innocent but presumed guilty character. I think it was either Raptoran or Reset. I'm sorry, I don't remember that well. I'm very sorry. I did. Yeah, I knew it. So hands are hard. Well, that's a decent hand. We can leave it at that for now. Am I gonna zoom out and hate it? Wait. That's the big question. Am I gonna zoom out and hate it? Yeah, I hate it. That is not a good hand. But it's good enough for the clothes testing, I guess. It's very ugly, but it will have to work for now. For now, it's gonna have to work. How about there? That's a tiny little bit better. Not good enough, but it's gonna have to work. Cause the interesting thing of creating a new character, right? Last time I was a bit nervous, I have to admit. I was doing the character design in a really weird way because it was my first time streaming the process, right? And so I kind of forgot to do the most entertaining part of character design, which is the iterating, the creating several different things and comparing them to one another. Do we want little... Oh, I turned the symmetry off. That's very genius of me. There we go. Oh, she's so sad. She's so tragic. So the fun part really is not just doing a character and letting it be, but actually iterating and trying different things. So, one thing that I was thinking when I started creating this character in my head, because I didn't draw her, was what if she had like a very stiff outfit made of rugs, like very stiff, because the rugs don't really have a lot of movement. They are very, very hard fabrics. And I thought, wait, what if she had like a bunch of rugs and it was like a sort of made at home situation, right? Where she just took a bunch of rugs. Oh, wait, she's on the run. How about, but why would she have so much access to so many rugs? That would be weird. So this is how the magic happens in my head. I start creating different ideas. And this is idea number 1 with... We're gonna break the symmetry now because we're gonna do one rug here and a different rug on the other side. And then this is an idea, right? Like it could have a bunch of patterns and a bunch of colors and it would be kind of ugly, but we could make it interesting instead of ugly. It can happen through iteration. And I thought, you know, maybe last time I rushed the process a little bit too much because I was nervous. But I really do enjoy designing, and I think it's an enjoyable process, so I should show it in full glory. What am I? Oh, right. I didn't do... Well, we could do a circle with a little... Yeah, because I saw all of those rugs this morning, so I know for sure that they have all of these very basic shapes and not much more going on, I mean. Interesting. So this was like the first idea that I had for this character. And then I thought, well, character design is all about trying different things. It's not about just doing one thing and sticking with it. Because, well, what's the process of designing then? What are you doing regarding... I forgot to turn the symmetry on again! That's not great. Whatever, we'll fix it later. It's the return of we'll fix it later. The return of the magic of it's gonna be fine. So yeah, this would be the first idea or concept, right? A very Frankenstein style of rug matching. But then another idea would be that the shape of the silhouette is like a rug by virtue of all the fabric being way too big for her. Why am I not working with symmetry? Why do I hate myself? Why do I make myself work double? It could also be like a thick fabric so that it retains its shape, but it would be more of a square kind of silhouette here. And instead of her wearing the rugs, she just resembles a rug. Because of how square and long the design is. And of course she would have to have the ugly patterns, right? Well, not ugly, but the traditional rug patterns, right? But it would be more of a concept. And actually, I think I kind of like this because it gives her a very priestly design, angelic, like there's some influence that I notice. And then okay, that could work, kind of, maybe. The top could be a bit boring. And then I thought another idea would be, instead of that, it could be still a long kind of fabric, but bundled up to the one of these very, I don't know if you've ever seen this. There are some clothes. They're uncomfortable. I've tried them on before and I do not find them comfy. But there are these clothes that practically have no, they don't really have any sleeves. Not really. They just have a sort of like dip in the fabric, and then they go out again. And now this isn't like a cute design, not at all, but it would be very unique, that's for sure. Like, have you ever seen a character design with this kind of like very ugly jumpsuit? Okay. That as I was saying it, I realized that I do not care about uniqueness if it's gonna be ugly, because that's why they don't exist. They don't exist because they're ugly and nobody wants them. Street performer or mime vibes. She kinda does, doesn't she? The crying mime idea? Yeah, she kinda looks like that a little bit. But at least we would be iterating. If I at least give it a shot, you know? If I at least try to make the argument convincing, it's at least fair. I give it a fair chance. Even though we all realize that it's not gonna work, and we ditch it. But character design really does depend, in my opinion, right? It really does become a lot better when you get to try different things and you get to experiment and play with it. So what do we think? This is option number no. And we also have the option of having something more like this, with like big sleeves and a big square shape. And then we also have the girl who may or may not be on the run because she was accused of a crime she didn't commit and somehow keeps getting rugs, and she's making her clothes out of rugs. Very fashionista for someone who's in the run, to be completely honest. But it's there, and it's an option. So next thing I'm gonna do is this. Wait. Copy layer. And we're gonna do... Oh, no, wait a second. Let's copy that layer one last time. No, it doesn't matter. I'm about to undo everything. Ta-da! Something went wrong. Oh no, what did I do? Oh no, there we are. So these are the options. I understand exactly what went wrong. I understand exactly what I did wrong. I had the body and the arms on a different layer. My bad. My bad. Let's undo all of that. That was a waste of time. Was it a waste of time? What am I doing now? Oh no. Wait a second. Ta. There we are. Now if we mix this together, now it's going to work. Well, those are our options. And after playing around with this a little bit, I wouldn't mind actually going back to the assassin and start playing with colors, because this girl sure is not ready for colors. She is barely born into this world. She still doesn't know what she wants to be. It's not her time. It's just not her time. She will be ready for color tests at some point, but that is probably not today. Now look at that. Look at that. We have options. We have 3 different directions we can explore. That's the magic of character design. Now we get to explore all of them and add details and everything. I kind of had the first one you did. Could also work as culottes. Dress but lower half is secretly actually pants. Oh, yes. Yes, yeah, I remember watching a video or 2 of those. I would want one if I had legs. They sound like, you know, a secret weapon. It's like, you thought I was wearing a dress. Ha! You were wrong. Pants, you fool. The one in the middle. Yeah, that's the best one. I think I like the first one the most too. But yeah, let the idea simmer. Yeah. The idea is we have given her some direction. We have started her on her path. And then with time, she can be like, hey, yo, turns out this is not what I want for myself. In fact, you know what I think? One other option that I was playing around with in my head was, instead of her having the... Oh, I forgot that it was all in one layer. Bad. Another option that I thought, and actually I thought of 3 different options, so why not try them all right now? Should I do a different layer for the hair? Yeah, I think it's gonna be easier. And then it's going to be a mess when I'm struggling to understand where my layers are. Another thing that I thought was to keep the square, the square feeling of it, and give her this short, poofy hair. Because again, the poofy things on rugs/carpets are an obsession for some reason. I don't know why I can't stop thinking of those. I don't know why I just want to incorporate them into the design no matter what. It's what my heart wants. For some reason, I must have some trauma or something. I don't know. Why do I care about those things so much? Who cares? I do. So this is another option that I thought of for the hair. And then to make the poofy things even more obvious and understandable. Where is... Okay, here we is. Oli! Ah, Maple! Maple is here. She is... I wasn't expecting you. I mean, unless I'm wrong... Unless I am wrong, I think she's what? Why is she sad? She's sad because the concept, Mistress of Maple, please answer. I don't want to assume you are someone who you actually aren't, but are you the Maple that I follow on Twitter and that I talked about? Okay, everyone. Maple is here. She's an amazing artist that I follow on Twitter, and that I finally decided to gather my bravery, and I contacted her so we could talk about Evangelion and things. She's amazing at art. Please check her out on Twitter. I'm going to reblog something of hers, probably the Evangelion ones, because I really like those drawings. Why are they all sad? They're all sad because the concept that we had for this character, we got a random generator to give us a concept. And we got the concept guiltless rug. Now, that sounds like absolutely nothing, I know. But what we ended up coming up with was an assassin who is guiltless because they just cannot feel guilt. They feel perfectly fine with what they're doing. In fact, they feel proud of what they're doing. But also, in the stream, Retech proposed, how about a rug-inspired character that is actually guiltless? Like someone who didn't do anything, but they are getting accused of murder. And in the moment, in the stream, we didn't actually explore that avenue, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. Actually, what am I doing? Why would I draw it again? This is just exploration. Boom. Done. Easy peasy. Stop saying that squeezy. And so she's sad because she was accused of a murder that she didn't commit. And also rug. We need to get rug in there. So the first one is wearing rugs because she's on the run and she somehow has access to rugs and she's making her clothes out of it. This one has like silhouette that is like rug fabric inspired but sort of like squarish. And then this one was a fever dream. This one was a fever dream that just happened and I couldn't get it out of my head until I put it on paper. And now she's on paper. Well, not on paper, but you know what I mean. So this is what I do for character design normally. I didn't do it the other day. It's actually hot on my end. Hot? This outfit? Are we talking about this outfit? Joshua? Do you consider this hot? Unless I'm misunderstanding you. In which case, well, you're saner. And this is what I would normally do for character designs. I would just explore and let them simmer. Actually, that's too much. There, that's better. I would explore and I would let them simmer in my brain. And now I know that I have these 3 avenues to explore, right? And I'm kind of happy with her, actually. I'm kind of happy with this exploration. Look at them! They look like 3 different characters, but also, they definitely look like the same concept. Yes, sure, it's probably because they have the same face. And it's not that impressive that they look like the same concept since we have the same face. But I'm still proud. I still like them. Shall we go and explore colors on our assassin? What do you think? I think we should do that. Yeah. They look varied. And sure, let's go. Give them color. Well, I was going to give this lady some color. So I can draw them. You don't need to draw them, Maple. It's fine. She doesn't even exist yet. But we're close to having this one exist right now because we're about to, first of all, organize our layers just a tiny little bit because suffering. And then we're gonna do a third copy. There we go. Now, one thing that I thought about colors was I was very attracted to the blue rugs, and that's because I really like blue. But this kind of minty blue color here is a very nice color for hair. I feel very, very attracted to characters that have these minty pastel colors. And I thought an Oni with a pastely mint. I don't know about you guys, but that to me sounds great. It sounds like it really fits. I might want to make my line art black for this, just so that we have a neutral contrast. because it could get complicated like this. Sure, could work. We're gonna try different things. I think I really like the idea of the idea. It's been done and it's been used several times. But I like it every time. The sort of like pastel colored or like very light colored onis, they never fail, in my opinion. The problem of making it that dark is that you can see the sketch lines are so much rougher than we thought. They are very rough. Oof. Bad. Well, it doesn't matter that much. We can fix it later. Let's keep going with that motto. We can fix it later. For the first one, let's do a kind of like very pale, the kind of very pale skin color. That's outright yellow. That is not good. That's better-ish. Maybe a bit warmer. Give her some blood. Do all these have blood? I think they do, right? I think they do. Also, how fun would it be to have, if you know anything about the kind of like yoga mom style of living, why wouldn't they? I think. Yeah, as I said last time or sometime, I'm not very versed on folklore and mythology. You could tell me that they have purple blood and I would be like, sure, that checks out. I believe you. Not that I have any experience to tell me otherwise. It's like that meme. That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about folklore or mythology to contest it. That's not how the meme goes. I don't remember the meme. I'm sorry. What was I saying? No, head empty. I completely forgot. Oh yeah, I think I was talking about the hydro flask. Because how fun would it be if... You know how the yoga mom kind of culture has all of these inspirational phrases? How fun would it be if the hydro flask had some sort of like inspirational phrase, but it's actually like kind of about poison, since what she has on her hydro flask is like poisoned water or an antidote for poison, but it's the same thing. Something about yoga mom's lifestyle. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I figured it out. I figured it out. Let's do a blue then. A blue color palette and try that out first of all. We're going to color pick. Why not? Why not? We have this blue right here, which we have this. That's black? I could have sworn that was blue. Wow, what contrast does to our eyes, eh? Incredible. We're gonna turn it into a blue. And we have this. And we have the white beige thing. And we have some sort of red. Or purple. That's brown. No. Don't be like that. That looks muted. It's the light blue. The light blue is wrong. It should be more vibrant. That's better. That's better. Okay. So one color palette that we have to try is this one. And right now it's looking very similar to her skin color. But, you know, if we had any shading, that probably would look a lot better. It would look fine. Probably. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. This is just trying. This is just testing. We're not paying too much attention to what we're doing. We're just having fun. That's the most important part of art, by the way. Well, it's like 50% of art. If you're not having fun, you're getting frustrated. And if you're getting frustrated, you don't keep practicing. And if you don't keep practicing, you don't get better. Oh yeah, that would be very smart of me to actually pick a different color. What manner of trickery is this? What do you mean, what manner of trickery is this? What manner of trickery is what? Am I doing something wrong? I hope not. I sure hope not. But yeah, enjoying. I meant the carpet colors. Not actually being deep blue. It's probably the contrast. I mean, our eyes are so easy to trick. Our eyes are so dumb. The eyes, the ears, all of our brain is so dumb. I mean, yeah, sure, we can figure out physics and chemistry and math. And by we, I definitely don't mean me. I mean smarter people. But put an image in front of our eyes that is designed to trick us, and we're like, oh, what? Color top would look neat. Yeah, an accent type of color. We're gonna try that now. We're gonna try that next. When I finish this deep blue on these areas. I was thinking about the bottle. An oni pun. Like, work oni. Oh, like work on it, but without the T? Work oni? That could work. That would be fun. Mums, yoga mums also like those kind of like punny inspirational quotes and puns. I've seen that mixed in Pinterest. What was I saying? I was saying that the brain is very dumb. Like, if you've ever tried a virtual reality headset, I had a friend who owned one, and he lived a block away from me, so you can bet how much I abused that. That live, love, laugh. Yeah. The eat, pray, love kind of yoga mom. That's exactly the kind of inspiration I was grabbing from. So I had this friend, right? I'll keep going with what I was saying before. I had this friend who had a virtual reality set, an Oculus, I think, if I remember correctly. He sold it a while back. So this was a while back. He had this virtual reality set, and it's amazing how our brain can immediately go, I'm in danger, because you see like a big drop. I had legitimately like heart skips. Like, I had legit heart skips or scares just because I looked down and I was on a cliff or something. And it's so dumb. I know that I'm in my room or in my friend's room or sitting in a chair or even sitting on the floor. I know this. Why do my knees buckle? Because our brain takes one input, visuals, and they're like, oh, whoops, we're gonna fall. No, we're have nowhere to fall to. Excellent color. Well, were you who proposed the coral? No. But still, someone proposed the coral, and I was like, well, you know, I'm gonna color pick from the red that we are already using, but I'm gonna switch it a little bit because it needs to be a bit warmer, since it's the only warm color we got going on. Everything else is kind of cold right now, which I like it. I like cold patterns. I mean, not patterns, color palettes. It was me, Scout. Am I supposed to do the accent? Okay. But it was, no, I can't do the accent. the manly low voice, it would hurt my throat. I'm sorry, I cannot. Just imagine me pointing at my face and doing the line, saying the thing. Now, how is our palette looking, and what else does it need? Oh yes, it needs the bright, this bright. But if it's so thin, it's not looking that bright. What about here? Well, it's ugly, that's for sure. But I don't think it's really matching all that well. So we are going to... Ooh, wait a second. This is what I'm doing wrong. These lines right here that are in the line art could actually use some coloring, because one thing that rugs have is that the stitches themselves, well, not stitches, embroidery, I guess? The embroidery itself has like a very thick divider. It has like a very, very thick, and so you can see the color very well. When you see the edges of the rectangles and the edges of the shapes, they have strong colors because they are so thick that the color is actually visible. Oh, but if I do that, it touches the skin, and the skin is the same color, and that doesn't look that good anymore. Okay, no, it's fine. This is just a test. This is just a test. If we wanted to refine the palettes, we can refine them later. Right now, it doesn't matter. Right now, it's all for fun and games. Did I? Is that shape looking sus? Now that I think about it. Is that shape a bit... I'm realizing I did something wrong. I'm realizing what I did. This is bad. Yeah, okay, I want you all to know. You have to believe me. It's this shape, okay? And I started it thinking of a flowery pattern with like three petals thing, and lines that represent these things that flowers have sometimes, that have like this long, I don't know, nectar holders thingies. That's what I was trying to represent. I promise, I swear, this turned to this, and this just happened, and it wasn't my intention, I promise. Oh no. Okay, so as a rough palette, this is kind of didn't see it until you pointed it out. Don't worry, I didn't see it until I was lining it. I was perfectly confident in what I was doing, and then I started lining the figures. And then I stopped being confident. So, the mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. We can work on it. We can work on it later. For now, you just ignore it. Wasn't there a pic from someone who bought a flower pattern thing, but was actually the other thing? Subliminal messages. Well, now that it happened to me, I'm very inclined to believe it. That's yabe. That is very yabe. Okay, so for a first color test, this isn't bad. But it's also not the true iteration of the rug. I think we all know that we associate the rug with a specific set of beige and red. Or am I the only one? Because I definitely associate rugs with the cream and red kind of improvise, adapt, overcome. I am not changing all of those patterns right now, but if I want to finish this at some point, which I don't think I will, but if I want to finish this at some point, I will have to actually come up with a good pattern that isn't not say so. I'm gonna have to figure it out. So this is our pattern, our palette number 1. The cold blue, that's not working at all. Actually, let's try a pure white, just for a second. Ah, that's better. That is much better. It's much less visible. Maybe that's why it's much better. BRB will restart my PC. Oh, I hope everything's okay. See you in a bit. Okay, so this is what we got right now. And we are going to move on to palette number 2, I think. I think we should move on to palette number 2. If we have this, we are assuming that this is kind of white here. Wait a second. And we could have this cream thing again in these lines over here. Arctic Oni Yoga Mom. Yeah, Arctic. That is how Overwatch would sell it, isn't it? Overwatch would sell it as Arctic Oni or something like this, or something like that. And then the Yoga Mom, that sounds like a skin that Fortnite would sell. I say all of this, by the way, not playing either Fortnite nor Overwatch. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. That's what pop culture taught me. It's not my problem. It's the problem of the internet. It's not my fault. And we got our first palette. Our first palette is how Scout Dash named it. Our Arctic Oni. Well, actually, they're all Onis, and they're all Yoga Moms. So this is the Arctic skin so far. And we're gonna do work Oni. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. This says work, well, with some fancy lettering, like Yoga Moms, like work. My lettering is bad, but you know that's sort of how it would look. Yeah. Or Heroes of the Storm. Back. Hello, Maple. I tried to do the work only thing in lettering, like the Pinterest mom lettering, but my lettering is awful. So that's what we get. So that's our palette number 1, the Arctic palette. Now we're going to try our palette number 2. And for our palette number 2, we still need to change all of the line art, which, you know, happens. Boop. There we go. You could add like a horn on the O. DB, hello DB. Hi, how are you doing? We are coloring. You missed the part, so let me show you. Bam! Here we go. We are coloring our yoga mom. We just got done with the Arctic skin with the blue color palettes. And we are getting inspired by this ugly, no, not ugly, traditional rugs that I find ugly. There, I said it. What are you gonna do about it? Sue me. So now we're going to grab our second palette, and I think I want to go with something very vibrant like these reds, because last time we went with something cold. So let's vary it up. We're gonna do this red, cream. Why is that so desaturated? Why is that so gloomy? I need it to be a bit more vibrant. And then what else do we have here? We have a little bit of green and a little bit of orange. Let's grab a green. Oh, it's so hard to color pick. The pixels are so small. It has like 3 green pixels and they're more like gray. There we go. There we go. That's a green. We got a green. And some orange. Like that one. Bam. Wow, this is looking very ugly. Perfect. This is looking very ugly, which for the purposes of our rug design is perfect. Volcanic, autumnal. I think at the very end of this, none of that is going to fit. But we'll see, we'll see. I could also take some liberty and change some of these colors to be a bit more pleasing. Like, let's saturate the orange a little bit more. Let's do the green a little bit more green, more pure green. There we go. And I feel like that's already a bit more pleasant to look at. This one, let's saturate it a little bit more. Maybe pull it a bit more towards the orange. Just so it matches with the orange better. I think that's a tiny little bit of an improvement. Not that much, but it's what we got. So. Do we want to try a different skin color as well? Something a bit more, well, actually, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do something a bit more tan. Is that a bit more tan than the last one? Yeah, that's a bit more tan than the last one. But it's still a bit orange, maybe. Maybe. Maybe it should be a bit... like that? Yeah, maybe. Maybe more pinkish? Not too pink. We don't want to go too pink. I think that might be... Wait. I think that might be too unrealistic. I don't know. Maybe... Oh, okay. That could work. I feel like it's still too orange, though. I feel like this might be better. But definitely lighter. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing, clearly. I clearly don't know what I'm doing. Oh, wait. You're saying like Oni pink. Like legit Oni coloring. Ooh, we could try that as well. Yeah, okay, let's try that. Let's try a pink Oni kind of like mythological pink. And we're gonna try what Maple was suggesting and do saturated colors. I mean, we're gonna try them as they are right now, but they're not that saturated, so we might saturate them more. And I'm thinking maybe dark black hair to contrast. Maybe that would be nice. Does Sai have gradient maps? If it does, I have never used them, so I wouldn't know where they are. But I don't think it does either. I mean, I love Sai because of how it feels to, like how the pencils feel and how the stabilizer feels. But I think, unless I'm really bad at using this program and I really should learn how to use more tools, I think it's pretty bare bones. Unless, you know, that's my bad, but I don't think it has a lot of tools. I want to try dark hair, like black hair, and see what that does. Because I think that would fit the palette kind of well. By the way, DB, are you still here? Because you also didn't see what I did at the beginning of the stream, and I might want to look at it again. So I might want to show it to you as an excuse to watch it again. I think I already got very attached to that thing that I did. I think it doesn't. Yeah, I don't think it has any gradient maps. I don't think it has anything, really. Sai is not the most complete. Oh, Maple, you weren't here either. You weren't here for this, right? Or were you? Yes? No? I don't remember what we were doing, but I think you weren't here. The concept for the character was guiltless rug. I was for the last one. Oh, okay, so I don't need to explain it again. Let's go back to coloring. Yeah, I like her with dark hair. I think I like her dark hair. Let's do, since we're gonna have this orange, maybe I should use this instead. Or a red? But that's too evil. I mean, she is an assassin, but she doesn't necessarily have to be evil. So we could just tone it down. Make it brown? I was going for yellow, but let's leave it at that for a second. And let's let it simmer. If she's emotionless, muted colors would fit her. We haven't really decided so far. All that we decided last time was that she is very pragmatic, for sure, very pragmatic, and that she has a lot of pride in her work. She, at one point, maybe one of her marks got away, And she learned from that day to be extremely thorough. In fact, right here, wait, right here, inside of these sneakers, bam, hidden blade. That doesn't look like a blade. You'll have to believe me, that's a hidden blade. Okay, now in these rugs, the base is white, and then there's a lot of reds, and that's what I think of when I think of rugs. A lot of white, a lot of red. I think I would need to change the design to really express the spirit of a rug. I would have to change the design, but that didn't happen. So, I mean, by that didn't happen, I mean, that's not going to happen. I don't know why I said it in the past tense, because I'm over it. Because it's already a decision in my mind, maybe. But, you know, it's not that bad. We can still translate the spirit of the rug, even if changing the design would be the better way. But we're trying to finish it today, and if I keep changing things about it, we'll never finish it. It's just never gonna happen. Let me look at the rugs again. Okay. We got it. Okay. So this rug is telling me, right, that we could have the strips and the center be the same base color, like that and that. So we can have this be red, and then have the little stripy things that divides it from the center in an accent color, in green, for example. That could work. Finish not perfect, indeed. I mean, if I ever want to actually finish this, I can just properly try at some other point. Let it simmer again, let my brain process it, and then, you know, try with more intention next time. Is she looking kind of Christmassy? Did I unintentionally go for a Christmas palette? Damn you, brain! Christmas loving brain! Spirit of the Rug sounds like someone got a really bad draw at the God Lottery. Imagine being the god of rugs. Imagine being the god of rugs, but you have a thing for getting stepped on. I mean, are you cursed from the very beginning of your existence to like being stepped on if you're born as the god of rugs? I don't know. I feel like that decision is kind of taken out of you. Okay. You know, this is bright. This is fine. But something is missing. Something is missing, and it might get better as I properly detail it. I don't know. Maybe. No, actually, white would be better for that. So that I think maybe I should have chosen an extra color. Maybe I should have chosen an extra color for this. Or maybe it's fine. Maybe a darker green / blue. Because we were picking from this one. And this one does have a little tiny bit of like a bluish here. See, color picked directly from that. We do have a little bit of a blue. Shows up very, very little. So maybe maybe if I detail with this color, it would be fine. Of course, like, as I was saying before, if I wanted to truly capture it, I could just redo the design of the patterns. But do we care that much? Do we really care that much? It's not like anyone is going to become a VTuber with this model or something. This is just for fun. This is just for this, for the fun of designing with you guys. For getting the story, the spirit of the character out, and nothing more. I like this color palette. I love the BGM. I'm gonna tell my friend who made it that you liked it. Thank you for the comment, because a friend of mine made it and I'm so happy with it. Glad it's getting noticed. If I was coloring, I think I'd switch the brown and light yellow around. Brown and light yellow. You mean this color and this color? Actually, that's not visible. You mean this color and this color? Yeah. We can try. We're gonna try. I mean, I've definitely seen rugs look like that. I've definitely seen rugs that have more red than yellow. Actually, we have rugs that have more red than yellow right here. Look at this one. This one is a mess. Actually, this one is disgusting. It's so many colors. It's too many colors and they don't match together. And what about this? This green with that blue and that red? Ugh. Perfect. This one is just red, blue, and... Ooh, that should be the next palette I try. Yeah, this is gonna be the next palette I try. This like red, blue, yellow thing. It sounds very bad. Thought you meant Rita's to switch the brown hair and light yellow pants around. I understood that it was the red and the cream. I like the mood designs in it. Some of the designs are really cute. I think my problem with the rugs, it takes technically every time tends to be the colors. Because I actually kind of like some of the rugs that were more monochromatic. Actually, like the first blue one that I color picked from, I thought was really cute. I don't know if I would have that in my house. It's a bit too serious. It's missing some cute factor, but it's pretty nice looking. Like it's not hideous. I can't wait until I can design, well, not really design because I cannot design architecture at all, but I cannot wait to start doing like a mood board to design what my room would look like. Eventually, I want to believe I'll get there to having a room background. I don't know. It might happen, it might not. Let's not hold our breaths for it, but it would be really fun. This is the most boring part, painting these little details. Oh, wait a second. No, yeah, I'm gonna paint these little details carefully. Because if I don't, then I have to go over the little center part. You're filling back up what you repainted yellow. Oh, I was supposed to make the pants? I already forgot what we were doing. I was supposed to do this as red, wasn't I? That's a mess. I'm so sorry. I am sorry. I have, look. I have at best 3 neurons, okay? If one of them is busy talking, the other two start fighting, and they mess up. So I apologize in behalf of my 3 neurons. They're doing their best, but you know, we're a little bit understaffed. They're doing their best, but they need some help. We're hiring. Right now we're hiring new neurons. If anyone has any recommendations, you can send them over. They can send their curriculum to my business email. Sorry for causing trouble. It's fine. What do you mean trouble? We're just having fun. We're having fun making this Christmas looking palette right here. Well, it's getting better, actually. I think your idea to switch the colors was good for getting rid of that Christmas flavor. I think maybe the orange is saving it a little bit, since the orange is like really far from a Christmas aesthetic kind of thing. I still feel like I'm missing an accent color. Oh, but that's because I haven't decided where the blue goes. The blue has to go somewhere. I was trying to put it just on the lettering of like the little graphics part, the little patterns. Hi, hello, Pi. Hi, thank you for coming again today. Yo, this is looking good. Let me show you the first palette that we did. We were trying palettes. We have this one that we're working on right now, and we have this one that we did before. This is the first one that we tried. And you know what? Now that I'm looking at it again, I still like it. I mean, it's really not bad. It's really not bad. But this one is also kind of good. This one is also kind of good. It's like desert and I don't know, cacti. I don't know why it's making me think of cacti, but it is. I'm kind of digging that. Like, I don't know much geography. I keep saying that, but I don't know. It's giving me Arizona vibes. Even though I've never been to Arizona, I've never seen a picture of Arizona, I've never known anyone from Arizona, so I may be completely wrong. But this is what movies and series have convinced me, at least right now, without Googling. This is what my Hollywood-infested brain thinks Arizona is like. Girl, you got some talent? Thank you! The color scheme seems kind of Mexican-y. Well, a lot of rugs have a lot of, have like Incan, Aztecs, and Incan, Aztecs. I'm forgetting the third big empire. Mayan, right. A lot of rugs that I've seen have a lot of like the big Latin American empires designs. Like patterns and stuff, so that kind of checks out. That kind of tracks. Now we do need a bit of an accent right here. When you say Arizona, I just think of the green tea drink. As I was saying, I know nothing about Arizona at all, whatsoever, except for like whatever Hollywood mentions, or Hollywood or YouTubers, but media basically. I have no clue. But I think it's a desert, right? Is Arizona like a desert thing? Los Incas son de Peru? Yeah, I mean, I'm terrible at history. know that at some point in school, they taught us about all three, Incas, Mayas, Aztecas. But I cannot tell you, I cannot remember which big empire was in which part of Latin America. I cannot remember at all. It's okay, yo también. Yeah, history, particularly high school history. Who remembers that? The puns give me a Christmas vibe. I know. That's what we know it is when we started painting it. It was not the intention, but it just happened. It just happened. We're going with it. We're running with it. En México sé que están los aztecas, mayas y olmecas. Ah, I forgot about those. Y tal vez, I don't know. Spanish Empire. The Spanish Empire would be like a different thing. Because here's the thing. For anyone who isn't versed in Latin American history, basically, there were all these big empires, right? And then the Spanish came. And then they made one big Spanish empire. And then most of Latin American countries started doing revolutions. Is that what I'm trying to say? And becoming independent. All not at the same time, but it was like there was this one dude who started helping country after country to get independent. And he's like, hey, you made this other country independent. What are you doing here? Well, what do you think I'm doing here? We're gonna become independent in this country too. Giddy up. We're doing a war. Oh no, ignore what I said. I don't know what it... Podrías cambiar el verde por un azul. I could. All I remember from high school history is about mostly about World War II. Me too, but that's because they showed us like 5 movies based around like the World War II time period. Green and blue. Changing the green and blue. What do you think, Maple? Everywhere? ¿Cambiarlo en todos lados? ¿O solo en esa parte? Also, sorry if my accent goes everywhere. When I'm speaking Spanish, sad art historian student noises. Are you an art historian? Because that is very cool. That would be very cool. Sorry. Why are you apologizing? You did nothing wrong. Maybe there. I was saying that if my accent changes a lot when I'm speaking Spanish and I start sounding like my Spanish has no set accent, that's because it's really hard for me to speak in Spanish with other... how to explain this? Like a royal blue, a dark one. We could make it darker, but I think this is pretty dark. I mean, it's at very low value in saturation already. I'm scared of making it very black. I love the Spanish I learned in school. Now, my native language is Spanish. I don't want you to think that it isn't. My native language is actually Spanish, but my country has a very particular Spanish accent that is very, very, very different from every other Spanish in the entire rest of the world. So I get kind of self-conscious when I have to speak in Spanish with other Spanish speakers because I feel, I don't know, dumb? It's not dumb, but I feel, I don't know, it's so weird that my country pronounces things differently from absolutely everyone else. So that's why when I speak in Spanish, my accent goes everywhere. That's what you can expect from my Spanish. Now, another thing to try, color-wise, is that there are still a lot more patterns going on inside of these things in most rugs. Like, I blocked out the big shapes, but they actually have a ton of patterns inside every single one of the big blocky blocks of color. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is we're missing more detail. That's another thing. And if we want to use detail to figure out the colors and if they're working, that is something that we can do. But, oh, crosses, they don't look too bad. Just a little, I don't know. They started looking bad. It's not that bad. Don't worry, there's like a lot of accents. I'm French Canadian, and my French is very different from the French one from France, so I know what you mean. If you speak French, I consider you a different kind of being, because I swear to the heavens, I swear on Elysium that I will never, ever be able to pronounce French. I have tried, and it's an alien language for my tongue. My body's just not built for French. I believe these countries gained independence on the same day. Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Mexico. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The Spanish Empire came, and then they had like centuries, and then they had a really bad week. A really bad year, in which everything started becoming independent one after the other, all of the countries. It was of course more than a year, and it was of course more than a week, but it sounds pretty fun to consider it that way. I'm bad at talking in general, but French is something else. Same with Korean, it kind of seems difficult. I'm kind of learning Korean, and I don't know why, but I'm managing Korean, but I'm not managing French ever. My tongue just refuses. My tongue just refuses to pronounce the U in particular. There's a specific way that they pronounce U, and I cannot. French sounds so beautiful. Not when spoken by me, I promise you that. You did well on the first stream. I did not speak French, did I? I didn't. I did not. Language teaching stream when? Do you want me to teach you Spanish? That's the language I can teach. Actually, I can teach English, but nobody here needs it. I have given English classes as an individual teacher, not like in any schools or anything. Like I don't have a teaching degree, but you know, for people who needed to get better for their exams or something, I have helped some people. I love art and language. Learning streams the most. You can teach us Hangul. Well, I'm barely getting started with Hangul. Duolingo speedrun win! You have no idea how much I want to do like a Spanish. I want to do, oh my god. I want to do, let me talk. I'm gonna talk about this later. I don't want to forget it. But also I met the baseball player who's French Canadian and he's also Venezuelan. He speaks English, Spanish, and French fluently. Goals. Those are my goals. I want to be a polyglot. I wanna be able to call myself a polyglot and not have anyone contest me on that title. Since we talk about languages, I need to learn Russian. Wink, wink. Yeah, we need to learn Russian for your debut. Russian debut or nothing. I still remember that, and I'm gonna hold you accountable, I guess. I learned Chinese at university, just graduated. How did you do it? You're a wizard. Chinese sounds so hard. When I hear Chinese, a part of my brain just like short circuits. No, I don't like that. Just graduated. Well, congratulations. Honestly, congratulations. You too are built different. You said bonjour, and was well said. I think you're trying to be nice to me. I don't think I said it well at all. Bonjour? Bonjour? Am I supposed to do the R? I don't know. I don't know. French has sounds that I cannot reproduce with my tongue and throat. Thank you so much. My brain is fried. I mean, after learning Chinese, I would guess I had one class in French, but I didn't learn much. Mood. Honestly, me. Let's paint her nails. I think she needs it. Okay, what do we think, people? What do we think? Do we think the eyes should be pure orange? Because I'm kind of liking them brown. I kind of like them brown. We could try green to match with this. That's kind of nice too. And some classes in German. German is actually how I know that I cannot pronounce French. Because I had a friend who was teaching us German at one point. And she told us there's a U in German that looks like this. Right? No, that's a happy face. But there's a U in German that has the two dots, the umlaut. And this friend who was trying to teach us German, she said, when you have this U, you pronounce it like the French U. And like every U in French sounds like this U in German. And I could never get that German U with the umlaut to sound good. It just cannot happen. I just cannot do it. The happy U, yeah, I made a happy face. Duolingo. So, Maple, you said Duolingo. Pinguino. Yeah, I knew it. The pinguino. Wait, what other words use the umlaut in Spanish? I completely forgot. We all know pinguino, but I don't think we know any other. I mean, I don't know any other. So Duolingo speedrun when, you said. And I saw a YouTube video once. I didn't see the video, I just saw it on my feed. That was called like, can I speedrun Duolingo Spanish as a Puerto Rican? And that was the first time that I thought, hey, I wonder just how hard does Duolingo get? Because maybe if they use specific vocabulary from other countries, I could legitimately fail Duolingo as a native speaker. That would be interesting to try. So I really want to try that. Cigüeña. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm trying to remember more words, but no, it's not coming out. And then I had another idea for Duolingo. I said, I could do a Duolingo Spanish speedrun because Spanish is my actual language, my native language. So it would be interesting to see if I can ace it or if the insane amount of variety that we have in our language through the, 20, 30 countries that speak it, if that will put a damper on me. Or I thought, how about I humiliate myself? I make the absolute fool of myself. And I try to do an Italian test just knowing Spanish. Because here's the thing. If you know Spanish, Italian, or Portuguese, this is for my English speakers in the chat. If you know any of these languages, you can kind of communicate with the other two. Like if someone was talking to me in Portuguese and I was talking to them in Spanish, we would kind of understand each other. Not really, not detailed and not like having detailed conversations, but we could kind of get some communication done. And it's the same with like Italian and Spanish and with like Italian and Portuguese. It just happens. So I was thinking of doing like an Italian Duolingo run without knowing Italian. How bad would I be at it? How lucky would I be at it? I don't know. I might be fun. Same with the Slavic languages. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I've heard the same thing happens in like the Netherlands. Is that another way to call them? You can look at the text and kind of understand the different spellings. Yeah, absolutely. The more languages you know, the easier to learn more. Yeah, definitely. I'm learning Korean because people say that if you learn Korean, Japanese becomes so much easier. So it's like 2 languages for the price of 1. It's like a 2-for-1 sale on languages. Learn Korean and then learn Korean and then learn Nihongo. What other kanji do I know? I know. Is that a kanji? Not a kanji. Hiragana? Or am I completely wrong? I think I'm completely wrong. Wait, there's this one? Yeah. I'm drawing random hiraganas, just so you know. I'm not spelling anything. I don't know any Japanese. The more languages you know, the easier to learn more. Romanian is the closest language to Italian vocabulary-wise. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That sounds interesting. So, does that mean if I know Italian, I can jump to Romanian? I just keep adding languages to my list. I want to know so many languages. Okay, here's our cactus. Deserty, Mexican. Someone said Mexican. I would rather call her cactus. Here. We have our Arctic and we have our cactus skin. It just writes different most of the time. I thought that when choosing Chinese, so I would know the kanji. Yeah, if you know Chinese, the jump to Japanese should be easy, right? Because Japanese is based on Chinese. So that should be something that you can do easily. Like in Norwegian, man is man. I'm bad at memorization. Me too. What about Turkic? Why does my mouth not want to pronounce that? Turkic languages like Turkish, Azerbaijani, Kazakh, or Uzbek. I don't know anything about them. Anything at all. Whatsoever. So we have our Arctic skin, we have our cactus skin, and they're both looking kind of nice. In my opinion, I'm liking them. The skin in the Arctic one is a bit too yellow. We have to admit that it ended up looking way too yellow. But overall, not terrible. It's time to do our last palette. It's time to do our last palette, which is going to be the... Made a mistake. Mistake fixed. It's time to do our last palette, which is going to be this one. Right here. The app palette? Don't mock me like that. Tropical one. I mean, we could try a tropical one, but I was trying to base myself on the actual rugs just so that I will make sure to keep the spirit of the rug as intact as possible. So I wanted to try this one. This sort of like RGB but weird palette. We have a blue that I'm not being able to get. Is that the blue that I wanted to get? No. Let me zoom in a little bit more. How about that? Okay. That palette. That's a better choice. Halloween is coming up. Yes, Halloween is coming up. And I hate it. I cannot tolerate horror. And Halloween is the time where everything and everyone does horror. I said this in my debut, but I cannot take horror. I just cannot. Know why? I don't know. I just cannot deal with horror. Okay. You want to know how badly I cannot deal with horror? I love Halloween. No, Ellie. It's okay. We can be friends. The other 11 months of the year. I love creepy and crazy stuff, but I never watch horror movies. It's fun because there are people doing these funny pranks to each other. Maple. I can't. Or killer clowns chasing you. Oh yeah, fun. Thinking that I'm gonna die and having the worst night of my life. That sounds fun. What are you talking about? I get scared easily too. No, Maple, you don't get it. Let's play Phasmo together. I can look. I can compromise to that. I can compromise to Phasmo with friends. And that's as much as I can compromise. You want to know just how much I cannot tolerate horror? You guys really want to know why I say that I cannot take horror? Because it's ridiculous and it's humiliating and you will never see me the same way again. Just be warned. Be warned if I tell you just how bad I am with horror. You will never have respect for me again. If you had it in the first place. Who's to say that you had respect for me to begin with? Of course I respect you. You talked about it in regards to Subnautica. Oh yeah, I could give that example. That example is not as humiliating. Yeah, that's definitely what I was talking about. Yep. The Subnautica example. I was not going to say anything even worse. Don't worry, Ellie, we love you. Thank you. Thank you. That doesn't necessarily... I mean, you really might not, if you know just how bad I am with horror. Just when I say it's humiliating, I mean it. It's like really humiliating. Now to play horror games, never. Okay, Maple, you weren't here during my debut. But during my debut, I said it. When I play Subnautica, which is one of my favorite games ever. It really is one of my absolute favorite games. But it is very scary at some points. Let's put together our 3 brain cells to make 6! My 3 brain cells all shut down in the presence of horror. So it will have to be your 3 brain cells. and me running on autopilot. But we'll do it. We can do it. We can do it for sure. Slenderman? No. No. Never. So I was telling you, Maple, when I was playing Subnautica, at one point I had to lower myself down to the let me see that rock again. Wait. It's mostly red. We're gonna do a red base, I guess. But that would look very similar to what we just did, wouldn't it? That would, if I do a red base, that would look very similar. So maybe, Scared Alicia sounds cute. No, Scared Alicia cries. That's what happens. She gets scared and she cries. Or like in Subnautica, she gets scared, she closes the game, and she refuses to move forward for 2 months until a friend has to come over to her house and actually push the keys forward so that she cannot go back because it's done. 2 months! 2 months of waiting stuck in Subnautica until a friend actually came physically to my house and pushed me. Okay, but the actually, you know, the reds are a bit different. The red is a bit different now. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. We can work with it. BRB, me, your kitty, your cat daughter. Me anda mordiendo reclamando comida. That's what cats do. That's what it's like. Wait, did she miss? Did Maple miss the ending of the Subnautica story? Because she's the only one who I know for sure hasn't heard it before. I don't know. I don't remember who of you was in the debut. No idea, maybe. No. Okay. She didn't miss it. I know I was here. I know that Retouch remembers it. Because he brought it up. I know that Dominic was there in my debut, so he probably remembers it. I will watch the video of my debut. You don't need to. I mean, only if you want to. Seriously. If not, you can just ask me, and I will retell the same stories over and over again, obviously. That's what we're here for. Let's do a lot of blue. Wait, how did I do this gal? Oh yeah, we can do the big squares with blue, because that's not what we did last time. So it's still different. It's still working. Yep, Friday the 13th. That's not today, right? No, that's Saturday. What am I saying? What am I saying? Think before you speak, brain. What are you doing? The game? I thought that game had been discontinued. I was under the impression that it was completely abandoned. And I was under that impression because okay, so I hate horror, right? Because I cannot tolerate horror well. But I like horror movies in theory if someone is telling them to me. Like, I don't like horror movies. I just like knowing what happens in them, but without experiencing them. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense at all? So I actually watch movie channels that make like a summary of horror movies. And that way, I can know what happens in the movies without watching the movies. And I know that that is like the reason why some movie studios don't like those channels and there's problems with copyright and blah blah blah. But those studios are dumb because I'm watching that video because I'm never going to watch the movie. So they're not losing me as an audience member because they never had me and they never will. I just get to find out what happens in the movie without putting myself through horrible, horrible suffering. We all win. The movie studios was never going to win. So, you know, the rest of us win. The after effect of talking about horror games is making your brain go brr. Pog. Horror doesn't work. Pog. What are we pogging about? Horror movies are not something to pog about. Horror doesn't work on me at all. I'm either steadfast or out of sanity. We are going to hope for everyone's well-being that it's the first one. Waiting for Venom 2 to release? That is an absolute yes. Venom is not a horror movie. It's art. Venom is... Okay, I didn't know what to expect of Venom. I did not know what to expect of Venom. But when I watched it for the first time, I think it became one of my favorite movies of the year. I don't remember what year, but I remember loving it. That was a really good movie. Oh, we haven't decided her hair color this time around. That's weird. That's normally what I start with. What are we thinking? Are we thinking something light? In my thumbnail, I painted her hair white in one of the drawings, and I think that's still a good thing to try, like a good idea. I mean, I'd rather play a horror game at night with all the lights off because it's actually pretty cool. I would actually rather never do that ever in my life. And if someone wanted me to do it, I would sue them. Legitimately. No, I actually have considered that okay, so some people do special events for subathons or whatever, right? I was thinking, if I ever were to do something very, very special that I never want to do again for a very, very special event, horror is something that falls on that category. If I ever do it, it's going to be for a special event that never gets repeated at all. Ever. But even in that case, I would turn all of the lights on in my house. Every light on the entire house. All at once. Georgie the Libertarian Bodybuilder. Hi! That's a pretty long name. Is it okay if I call you Georgie? Hi, Georgie. Just a fun experience. Haven't watched trailers. Going in blind. I think I watched one trailer for Venom. Not necessarily paying much attention because I already knew I wanted to watch it. So I didn't want to ruin it for myself, but I think I know like I saw one scene of the trailer or something. I don't know. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm definitely excited for that. Oh, that looks better. A little red over the blue looks kind of good. Yes, you can call me Georgie. Good. Hello, Georgie. Hello. We were finishing this last color palette that we are trying on the character that we designed last time. You weren't here last time, were you? Let me tell you then that she is... We were playing with a character with a randomizer to get a character concept, and the concept that we got was guiltless rug. So, instead of guiltless, she is prideful. That's what I was trying to say. She is proud of her work, and her work is killing people with rugs. She either smothers people with rugs or hits them in the head with a weighted rug. And if everything else fails, she has poison at the ready on her little hydro flask. That looks good. That looks very good. I need this blue here. And we still need to decide the eyes, and we still need to decide the top. The top, I'm thinking maybe a blue. I don't think we've gone with blue so far. We did red, we did orange. So I think we need to try some sort of like cool top situation. Which is not bad, not bad. We could even complement it with a bit of an extra something here. I don't know, it looks kind of weird. I don't know if I'm convinced. Well, it's not bad. It's not bad actually. And then the hair being a pure white. Would that work? I think it would work well with this design actually. I think it would work nicely. And we're still missing the actual rug here, which we're going to paint the same way we've been painting all of them, with a red inside. And maybe do I want to add more blue here? No, I think white maybe could work. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. Gotta say, the palettes ended up working a lot more than I thought. And that's maybe because even if I'm trying to be like nonchalant and it's like, yeah, it's just for having fun or whatever, I guess my brain does work in the background to be like, no, we're not just having fun, we're also trying to create something that's visually pleasing. Which, it makes sense. I mean, what is art if it's not trying to create something that's visually pleasing, right? Let's do that little... Well, actually, this is a very colorful palette, so this might just work. Might just work. Just imagine this. You're playing a horror game, and then you get killed, and the power goes out in your house, and it's night. And then I have a heart attack, and you never hear from me again, because I am dead. Literally dead. If that were to happen, it would be the last time you hear of me. Just so you know. Blue eyes? Blue eyes? Yellow eyes? I still feel like trying yellow eyes in one of them. At no point did I get to try. That's an ugly yellow. And that's orange. Come on, girl, get it together. That's better. What do we think? I kind of like the yellow. I know it's out of the blue and it wasn't anywhere in the palette, but I dig it. I think it looks kind of good. I like that yellow for the eyes. Okay, so I think the yellow is better. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm liking it. I'm liking it quite a bit. We're doing a little bit of a and that's my way of saying, yeah, it's a pattern, but I have no idea what kind of pattern. A lot of the rugs have like flowering patterns and not necessarily the biggest fan of drawing flowers, but we can pretend like yeah, sure, it's like a vine, sort of. 02 is saying good luck to me. We have a celebrity in our midst. Hello, 02. Hi. Am I just repeating the same pattern again? Yes, maybe. I don't know. What's it to you? What are you gonna do about it? And I think we're done. What are we gonna call this pattern? The RGB? No, it doesn't have the G. It's not RGB. It's in any case it would be the CYMK. This is art terms. Not bright enough for RGB. Yeah, it also doesn't have the G at all. There's no green here. But it is the basic primary pigment colors, I guess. Mellow. I mean, okay. What if this was the base skin? No name. It's just like, this is the base. This is the classic skin. And then you have the special skins that you need to buy. The Arctic or the Cactus. The default skin. The Arctic or the Cactus. And that would mean that we are done with our little assassin here. I have to admit, I actually kind of really like what we got. I had a lot of fun, but I wasn't paying too much attention or expecting too much. However, devlog time. Oh, wait a second, actually. The story that we made for the character lends itself to a game, doesn't it? Like, you could actually make a game out of it. It is an assassin. Let's copy this one. Copy layer. And here we go. Look at this. Now we just delete all of this, all of this, all of this. I missed one. No, I didn't. And there they are. Here we go. Our neat reskins of the assassin. Ta-tan! What do we think? I like him. I'm actually quite happy. This went better than expected. This went a lot better than expected. And it also went for about half an hour longer than I expected. They look great. Yeah, they look much better than what I thought was going to happen. I also got very into adding detailing to the patterns on the second and the third skin, but forgot to add it to the first one, but we're not gonna do that right now. It's already pretty late. Looking good. Yeah, I'm very happy. Thank you guys for being here with me as I played around. It was a lot of fun. I'm gonna go to the end screen in a second, but happy people don't count time. Yeah, that's why it gets late and I don't realize. And it's like, oh wow, it's already been 2 hours. Where did the time go? Anyone? It really was fun. Also talking about languages and horror. Yeah, I have to plan a language stream soon. I could do a Duolingo Korean stream if you guys want next week. But I am studying Korean with different sources from Duolingo, so I don't know what that would be like. I have no idea what that would even like look like, what would happen. But you can all learn a little bit of Korean with me. Yeah. Wait a second. I don't know much Korean at all. But I can teach you how to read the symbols, how to read the alphabet. That much I can do. You should do a horror stream for Halloween, but if you want, you don't have to. I definitely don't want to. Look, if there are any spooky themed games that aren't necessarily super scary, definitely leave them in the comments, because that's something I'm willing to do. But straight up horror, I really, like, you think you want me to play that. You think you want to see me playing that. I promise you don't. I promise it's just me being frozen and not being able to move forward and maybe crying. Like, actually crying. That's what it would look like. Sounds good, but the super scary games are fun and interesting. No, they're not. They're traumatizing. Okay, for anyone who came here late, is there anyone who came here late? This is another thing that happened today, and I don't know if I'm gonna develop her anymore later, but this is another thing that happened. So DV, you came late, didn't you? So this is the other version of the guiltless rug. Instead of it being an assassin, it's someone who was accused of a murder she didn't commit. And also rug, because we have to fit that in there. So that's another thing we did today. So this is all of our work today, guys. Look at how much we got done. That's kind of impressive for 2 hours, right? That's kind of really good. I'm super happy. I'm super happy with what we did. Thanks for being here with me, guys. Let's now go to the ending stream. And by ending stream, I don't know if you heard me over the transition sound. And by ending stream, I mean this. I get to say goodbye to you, paying attention to only you, only the chat, instead of the drawing and everything. Well, that was fun. That was fun. It was a busy stream. We got a lot done, and it was a lot of fun. Thank you for the fun. Bye-bye. Thank you for being here. And I'll work on my schedule for next week. Not Saturdays anymore, because Saturdays are complicated for me. But I'll get to see you on Tuesday, okay? I hope you have a good day. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, my lovelies. Bye-bye.